Well, here's a question. Can vitamin D, zinc, or C boost your immune system to keep you healthier during the flu season and amid a pandemic? We're getting some answers today on that. But more on this is local physician Dr. Chad Domingue, a neurologist and pain management expert with the Avila Physician Network. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us.
Good to see you. We're all worried about our immune systems this time of year, so this is such a great topic.
It really is. And let's start with zinc and vitamin D. What does the research say about that? Because so many people are taking that more these days.
Yeah, so we'll start with zinc. I got a local commercial product here. I think first we'll talk about all these products, which one to buy, and that's such a great question. And to be honest with you, the medical literature doesn't say. Zinc is one of the better ones. Zinc works on our entire immune system, basically from our skin to the cells that we produce. 50 milligrams to 100 milligrams a day is what you see recommended. You need to be cautious because there is a toxic dose. If you take too much of it, it can cause some neurological damage. One thing that was interesting as I did my research, as we talk about what to take, zinc sulfate, which is one of the common ones, is the cheapest, but it has a abdominal side effect. You need to make sure the zinc you're taking is water soluble, gluconate, citrate, there's another one, acetate. So just make sure you're familiar with which one you're taking. When you're talking about vitamin D, I read some literature that vitamin D3 is better absorbed. Vitamin D helps our cells fight infection. While there's no toxic dose of vitamin D, here's a caveat. If you take too much of it, your absorption of calcium goes way up. Too much calcium, kidney stones, cardiac problems, stomach pain, abdominal pain. So even though we know this guy is not toxic, you need to be aware that taking too much of it can have a major effect.
Okay, and we always check with your doctor before you take
Absolutely.
anything. So when you say taking too much, are you saying just follow the recommendations on the bottles when you buy them?
Yeah, so the dosage for vitamin D is anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 international units. What I always tell my patients when they start vitamin D, get a baseline of your level, and then as you're taking it every 3 or 6 months, draw your blood again. Because again, just because you put something in your mouth, Liz, doesn't mean your body is absorbing it and is being effective.
Okay, and what else did you want to stress to that could be other good boosters?
Yeah, so you mentioned vitamin C. I think we're all familiar with the immune effect this has. It actually increases immune proteins for cells. No toxic dose, so you can take this stuff as much or as little as you want. 250 to 1,000 milligrams a day is what the literature states. Good evidence against respiratory infections, other types of infections. If you take too much of it, very high levels, even though not toxic, it can cause some GI irritation and so forth. Another one we commonly see is elderberry. Comes in a liquid form, comes in a pill form. What's interesting about elderberry is we don't know exactly how it works. It doesn't have as much literature behind it as the other three we discussed. It's important to know that this doesn't prevent you from getting an infection, but it lowers the number of days that you are sick. So good studies in colds and flu where people that take elderberry don't have as many symptoms for long term. Just some risk factors. This thing acts as a laxative, so make sure you understand that. It affects your immune system. So if you're on chemotherapy, if you're taking immune modulating therapies for underlying disease, your doctor
Okay.
needs to know that you're taking this. So these are, again, as you said earlier, when you take all this stuff, make
Right.
sure you talk to your doctor because it can interact with a lot of medicines.
Yeah, some really good advice there, Dr. Chad, especially as we all try to stay a lot healthier. But the key thing, always check with your doctor before you start taking any sort of supplements. Appreciate your tips as usual.
Yeah, absolutely. Check with your doctor. This stuff's expensive. Make sure you're buying the right stuff and you're taking it appropriately.
Thank you, Dr. Chad. Appreciate it.